Real life.
3, 2, 1. And we're live! Welcome, everybody, to another Thursday night edition of Notorious DMG, where we are going to wrap up and finish our adventure, our
I think
experimentation.
four-way is accurate.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Seth. Into Zweihander. And why don't we start off with some introductions? Because 2 weeks ago I did not let these guys introduce themselves, and I still feel like trash because of it. So we will go. Who's first here? Oh, it's gonna be the same order. We're gonna go across the bottom with roll 20. So we'll start with you, Seth.
I am Seth.
Hey, Seth.
I just realized I was on push to talk. I am Seth. I am the Dungeon Master of the Monday Nights podcast. You can find us every single either Sunday at midnight or Monday around noon, right in that vague time frame. It's pretty funny. I think it's good. We drink and play D&D. That's pretty much it. I also am Blort, the doomsayer and overall pessimist of this party.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
most
that's
of the
it.
party is upside down. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thanks, Seth. Next, Chuck.
Oh man, that is me. I am Chuck. I run this little channel called the Defenders of Kobold. I am one of the guys who talks the most and DMs occasionally. And we're pretty fucking great. What else do we got? Tonight I am playing Kozel again, the old mushroom-loving forest hippie. And we'll see if I survive tonight. Just FYI, if Kozel dies, I have performed some black magic and I might die in real life. So exciting.
What? Okay. Wow. The stakes are high. Steven.
Hello, everyone. I'm Steven, the DM. I run a YouTube channel where I focus on giving meaningful and actionable advice on improving your D&D games. Tonight, I will be running Waldo Lannis, or Waldo, the barber surgeon who is obsessed with amputations.
Yes, that's true. And lastly, Bert.
I'm Bert. I play games. I record them. I put them on a place called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder. It's a podcast. Find me there. Tonight, I play Sandow, the magnificent, the most beautiful ogre you will have ever laid your eyes upon.
It's true. Bert's a little tired
I think he
tonight.
needs a sponsorship from Old Spice, actually.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
We should make that happen.
I
Just
think we
harass
should
them
as well.
endlessly.
Why is that link not working? That's fine. Cool. Recap time. What happened last week, fellas? Let's jump over to our little family tree of Bitter Harvest. I didn't add anybody else because we didn't really have any other players. We have the guy that you found near the end there, that you have your suspicions about. But
He seemed friendly.
Yeah, he seems friendly. He lost a leg, but we'll get to that in the recap. So what happened?
And he
last week
he killed
He killed
my fellow man of Wald was killed by an orc.
Yeah. So where do we pick up? We picked up in the tavern where the errand boy Klaus summoned you to Maximilian's house. Does that help?
Yep.
So what happened at Maximilian's house when you guys were beckoned there?
Did we?
We were sent on a mountain climbing expedition. And we got a little annoyed that he summoned us so late. Like, why didn't he just wait till morning? Eventually, we agreed to go on this expedition.
Yes.
And it ended up being the death of one of our party members, Waldman.
Yeah, an NPC, not like one of you guys.
Right.
Waldman, the son of Maximilian.
We have plot armor.
So, yes, Maximilian and Andre and Waldman said that they believed that the orcs or mutants or whatever they are were camped out in a small cave or near a small cave where there's an overhang at the top of the Horned Monk, the nearby mountain, aka very large hill. And you were asked to go on a reconnaissance mission with Waldman. You were not supposed to engage them. We just wanted to get ideas of numbers and what they were going to be dealing with. So you guys agreed, and you set off in the woods. You came across a cabin that was empty. It looked like the people who live there. Horny Monk. Oh, bits from Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Look at that. Boom! Lightning bolt.
Oh, so fancy.
So fancy. You're like my first and only bitser, so you're at the top of the list.
Oh, it's good to be on top.
Let's keep it that way. You guys found a cabin that was empty, but there was no signs of a struggle or anything. And I believe, Waldo, you took some things from there? Did you not? Somebody went in there and took some things.
Yeah, I stole some alcohol.
Stole, yes.
I mean, reclaimed.
Yeah, borrowed.
Yeah.
From there, you guys made your way to the Horned Monk, and you were assisted by whoever climbed it first. Oh, tabletop to keyboard. What's going on? Thank you for dropping by. We got TT2KB in the chat. We got Chuck playing here too. It's like a whole little lovin'. Everybody's showing up. So you guys made your way to the mountain. Nobody had to make climbing checks because someone had athletics or something like that. So I hope the rest up, which avoided a lot of potential embarrassment.
I believe that was Sandow.
You guys made your way to a clearing. There was a clearing, and up ahead there was just like a tree line, and on the other side of the tree line was going to be the overhang or the overlook where it was believed the camp was. And an arrow ripped out from the tree line and killed Waldman and shot him right in the head, right between the eyes. Poor Waldman. You guys chased down the... Oh, hey! Look who's here. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. You guys chased after the I can't talk tonight. Assailant? There you go. I'm all tongue-tied. Who turned out to be let's put the picture up here. That guy. Some sort of weird orc kind of creature. You performed some surgery on him. He had a really nasty injury on his leg from being taken down. And Waldo, you performed some impromptu surgery, being a barber surgeon.
I saved his life.
You did save his life. You amputated his leg where this terrible injury was that could have, led to gangrene and all kinds of nasty infection. And you did some impromptu surgery and you saved his life. You guys interrogated him. What did you get out of him? Let me ask you guys.
He said his mom made him do it, and he had an amulet that Waldman was also wearing. A similar amulet.
Right.
Similar.
Not to mention similar features.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him and Waldman looked an awful lot alike for being so different.
Yeah, there were some similarities in their features. So you guys did that, and from there, you decided you were going to head back to the village to inform them of what you found.
With prisoner, amputated prisoner, and with a dead Waldman. Are you leaving him behind? What are you doing with Waldman? I didn't ask you that. I thought we were bringing him.
Yeah, we were rolling him down the hill.
Sure. And you've got Klaus, who is mad with rage. He wants to kill this Gregor, this orc boy. I don't know if you actually got his name. It popped up when I showed you the picture, but I don't know if you actually got his name out of him.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not in the habit of asking orcs what their name is.
Yes,
yeah.
Nightbot does.
I come from a D&D background.
That was it's good. Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference there. Nightman.
I didn't. Oh, does Nightbot fight the day? Okay.
I'm sorry,
That's
I have
Seth.
4 different channels of communication between you all right now. I'm going to be losing track of them constantly.
Yes, master of karate and friendship for everyone. There you go.
Ah.
Thank you. All right, so with that, Klaus, the boy who followed along, goes, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and let them know you're coming with a prisoner. And he offers to take off on his own. He seems
Wait,
very...
hold on.
What? He spins around. What?
Say anything yet about our fallen friend. That's news best delivered in person.
Of Waldman?
Yes.
Okay. I will go ahead and I will scout and ensure everything's okay, and I will meet you back at the village. I will not say a word about Waldman.
You know what? It might be better if we had a rear guard, just in case any more orcs show up.
I'm not armed.
Yeah, really, it's
Oh,
just
the
like
rear
a
guard.
rear scout.
The rear guard's job is to scream, boy, not fight.
He seems very confused by this.
We need you to stay within sight, but like 100 yards back. And if there's any movement back there, you just sprint towards us and tell us.
Wouldn't it be best if I went ahead and I warned you of any danger?
No, it wouldn't.
You need to listen to us, boy.
Oh, Blort. If you want,
It's Mr. Blort to you.
right. Okay. He goes, okay, yeah. I'll hang back. How far back do you want me to stay?
Within sight, but still pretty far back.
He seems convinced by this. While you guys are chatting, you're still out. Are you huddled around where Waldman's body is, or whereabouts are you?
Oh no, we're moving. We're moving while we're talking.
You're moving while you're. Well, this is like picking up immediately.
Who's rowing Waldman?
After you did the interrogation of Gregor.
Yep.
So, as you guys are packing up, who's carrying Waldman? Who's carrying Gregor? Both of them are immobile.
I mean, Gregor does have one foot. Let's be fair. He can hop a little bit.
He's gonna need a shoulder to lean on.
He's got to start working that muscle because it's all he's gonna have. Was Waldman wearing like a cape or a cloak or anything like that?
No, he was wearing some. It's fall. It's harvest time, so he's wearing like a coat and appropriate clothes, but not a cloak or anything like that.
We can just like roll both of them down, man.
Stay behind.
Okay.
I might be able to carry them both. I've got
Just
a brawn of
one on each
41
shoulder.
with
Sandow, our big
a mod
ogre.
of 6.
So while you guys are figuring out how you're going to be moving, all of a sudden you can hear from the tree line. You hear a female voice calling out, "Gregor, Gregor,
Klaus, I thought you were scouting.
Gregor." He's still standing. He shrugs. We haven't started moving yet.
You suck at your job.
Blort is just rubbing his temples.
He's not whipping himself right now.
So
I mean, that's a given. That goes without saying.
Hey, man, do I see the voice of whoever's calling for Gregory?
I don't think you see his voice, Kozel.
Oh, man. You're right.
what did we suspect
I'm-
this woman's name is? This would be the
Mother.
original wife.
He
of
only told us
Maximilian.
mother.
No. We suspect this was Maximilian's
right.
first wife, right? Or is it
Yeah, I
Wald?
don't.
I'm gonna give
See,
you all your
Waldman's the
fortune
guy
back.
that died with this, right?
Yeah,
It was his
this
brother.
would be Walden's birth mother.
Right. So it would be Maximilian's first wife.
I don't
Am I getting
know.
that right, Matt?
You don't know. You haven't. You can just hear a female voice. So it might be. It could be. It could be his mother looking for him.
I'm gonna call out. He's over here.
Hey, man, now we got no choice.
Okay, so
Okay,
hold
so
on.
you shout
Gregor's unconscious. Hold on, Matt. Gregor's unconscious.
Gregor is unconscious, yes, after being operated on. He's passed
Oh,
out from the pain at this
I'm
point.
holding on to him, and in one of my hands, I casually have a blade.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So visible as a threat that, well, just in case.
So you shout, he's over here, and you look towards the tree line, and you see a young female, probably in her mid-teens, early 20s.
How old does Gregor seem to be? And Waldman.
Here, I think this is the picture. Yeah, we'll use this one. Yeah, she looks like that.
Whoa.
Creepy.
You see her from the tree line, and she sees Gregor slung over your shoulder, Sandow, and the rest of you standing there.
Don't worry, I saved his life.
And, yeah, she's standing there at the tree line.
Sandow, scare her away with your imposing presence. I am intimidated by her immensely.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I get this.
With
And
that-
I'll take a couple cautious steps forward with my arms wide. He was snake bit, and we had to cut off his foot to save his life. Otherwise, the venom would have spread.
I whisper to Cozell, like, with her eyes, I feel like she can see when we're lying.
Do you want to make a roll for that?
I mean, I'd prefer it just worked, but
I was going to call you Blort, Kozel. What are you trying to do? You're trying to,
I'm trying to make it seem like we saved her boyfriend's life.
You're trying to lie. Obviously.
No. I mean,
why don't you try and charm her? We're gonna do a charm.
She does not look susceptible to charming.
standard, challenging,
And we're
routine.
gonna do it. We're gonna do it hard.
Oh no!
You heard it here
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
folks. We are gonna do it hard.
Oh, snap.
Whoa!
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
What? He did it. He did it. You had to roll under a 21. So
That's the alcohol talking. You can't tell what I'm saying.
she looks from the trees. You see her stop. And you said what to her? You said a snake? A snake bite?
He was snake bit, so I had to cut off his foot, but otherwise the venom would have gone straight to his heart.
You see her draw a dagger, and she is slowly making her way towards the group of you. She seems very uneasy, but she's coming closer.
Don't worry.
my
We were just
sled.
trying to take him back to. We were trying to take him back to Mother, and he told us that's where he wanted to go. But unfortunately, he passed out from the pain, and we weren't sure which direction.
Back to Mother? What? And you helped him? Mother's.
I saved his life. I'm a barber surgeon, and I'm really good at my job.
Are you like flashing your hacksaw?
No,
Your
no,
bloodied
I think
hacksaw
that
in
would
the air?
not be the best time to do
Waving
that.
it around with Gregor's blood all over it.
And if my hands are still bloody, I have them behind my back.
So she
Is Gregor your brother?
she slowly makes her way over. Yeah, she goes, yeah. What? Who are you? Where are you from? Are you from the village nearby? And she's got her dagger drawn. and
No.
She's about 20 feet away from you guys. She hasn't come like.
Is
right
there
up
even
to
a
you.
village nearby? I didn't know there was a village nearby. Did you guys know there was a village nearby?
No, man, we're just travelers, man.
Yeah, and we saw him trying to get away from a snake, and just when it bit him, I was able to get up to him, and I saved his life. And before he passed out from the pain, he said to take him to his mother, and I'm assuming you would know who that was.
She says, "Give him over to me. I will ensure he makes it back to Mother safely.
Well, I mean, he's a big guy. You probably can't carry him.
I am stronger than I appear."
You do look like you have some secrets. Not gonna argue that. What's his name? How do you know him? I mean, can we really trust you with him?
He is my kin.
I mean, he may be, but he's unconscious right now, and it wouldn't be fair for us to just, you could be a highway robber for all we know. Maybe
I
we
wanna
should just
look
help
at
you.
Kozel and Sandow, like, what do you think is going on with her eyeballs?
I think it's makeup, friend.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
that would.
Dramatic makeup.
So
Haven't you ever been to
incredibly
Hot
dramatic.
Topic, man?
So she's standing there with the Daggertron, and she's demanding that you hand him over, and she will return him safely to Mother.
The thing is, I'm basically a doctor, and part of doctor-patient privilege is
In
that I
case,
cannot
I am
just
basically a preacher.
I can't just hand him over to a stranger without his explicit consent.
Young
It's
woman,
part of
what
the
can we
doctor's
call
code.
you?
She looks at you uneasy, and she goes, "My name is Katharina."
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Katharina. I will host up Gregor onto my shoulder. I'll walk towards her slowly and say, "Lead the way. I will help you bring him to Mother."
There, it's settled. Let's go.
Why don't you, as you get closer, Sandow, make me an easy scrutinize test.
Easy.
I was
That
about
doesn't
to ask
sound
if I
good.
could scrutinize her.
An easy scrutinize test.
Let's see. What does scrutinize fall under? There it is. Perception.
I want to know how she does her hair like that, straight up.
Yeah, barely. But
Our rolls are too high and they're not showing here. Let me boop. Get
62
them
out
on
of
the
64.
stream. Oh, they're way up there. Oh well. You rolled a 62, so that is not a success. Do you want to use a fortune point now that we have another 5 fortune points? And give me a misfortune.
No, hold on. So why is it
That
not
is a success.
Yeah,
isn't
that
it?
is a success.
That succeeded, yeah.
Oh,
sure.
it did. I am sorry. The +2. I looked at the 44. So that is a success. So as you
DM's
get-
always trying to screw the players.
I know, right? Like I said before we went live, I'm like, guys, let's TPK tonight. Let's make this happen.
Fucking Blort slit his own throat. You're already halfway there.
So as you get closer, Sandow, you do realize there is a resemblance physically and like looks and facially wise and in manner of speech between Katharina, Gregor, and the now deceased Waldman.
All right. Not forgetting about that. Now that I'm looking at this, I stoop and pick up Waldman as well.
And you
Mother
do
would
see,
like to know that her other son might have gone.
you
I-
do see a talisman around her neck as well.
If I can, like after he picks up Waldman, I'd try to like cover Waldman's face a little bit, like with his own hat or like pulling up his coat over it or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so she goes,
Dear child, we'll help you with Gregor, but we also need to speak with Mother. Very important discussion needs to be had.
About Gregor's continuing health.
I don't know how Mother will feel about outsiders coming to the camp.
Tell her I know the exact time and location of her death and will reveal it to her.
Yeah, man. We're cool, man.
2 old men and an ogre. I'm sure she will be fine.
We basically have like a negative intimidation factor. Like, what could we honestly do?
Well, you did. Her brother is lying there with his leg cut off, and her half brother and her other brother is lying there dead.
Well, her brother was bested by a snake.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's also obvious that someone had tended the wound, though, right? Because he did look at it.
I did put a tourniquet on it.
It is dressed properly, and it
Yep.
looks like it was professionally tended to.
Damn
You did
straight.
roll very well on your little operating roll last session. She says, you can bring him to the edge of our camp, and I will ask Mother if you can come in.
Just make sure she knows that I need to discuss Gregor's future physical therapy. It's very important that he does his proper stretches to recover.
Right. So she leads you forward into the trees, and then when you get to the other side of the trees, you get to the overhang, and up there you look down. There's a long steep hill that goes down and it breaks off down into a wooded area again, but you can see a camp, a makeshift camp down there, just like the intel had said. And you see some tents and you see a lot of figures milling about. As you're standing there, you also see a troop of kobolds going back and forth on the hill between you and the camp.
Oh boy.
And they notice you, and Katharina kind of gives a motion, and they stand down. While you're standing there, you can see a great number of figures down in the camp. They look large.
You're saying they're playing 40K?
They don't look human. And, just giving a rough estimate, standing up there, you see like 20 to 40 figures milling about.
I will be looking for all avenues of exit and making mental notes.
As you guys are standing there, you look around and you're kind of like, do we really want to do this? And you note that Klaus has disappeared. Klaus is gone during this little commotion.
I knew that guy couldn't be trusted.
The simple kid, he couldn't be trusted.
Yeah, man. He's going to get us killed.
Yeah, so she says, okay, come down the hill, bring the two with you, Waldman and Gregor, and you stop at the tree line, and I'll ask if you will be granted entry into the camp.
Wait. You know Waldman too?
She's kind of taken aback by that and goes, bring the other body with you.
Oh, she has given herself away now. We have some form of social leverage against her at this point. Surely she is embarrassed.
Yes, social leverage will get us out of this situation.
Social leverage is the greatest force in the known world outside of compound interest, I will have you know.
So she leads you down this hill, and like I said, as you're making your way down this steep hill, you go past a number of kobold scouts, it appears, and they step aside, and you're kind of like, oh man, like the rumors are true. Shit, there are mutants and orcs and nasty creatures up here in the hills. What could they possibly be doing? And you get to Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Could I try to communicate with the kobolds? Like, do they speak common or anything?
You could try. I'm gonna say you've never encountered a kobold before.
Jacked, fucked up monster, mutant, kobold, whatever is in this civilization that we're stumbling into, and ask it to whip me on my back as hard as it can.
So, like,
no.
You walk over to them, and so you're speaking to it, and it doesn't really understand you. You hold out the whip, and you just start pointing at your back. And
I point at the whip,
demonstrate.
I point at my back, and I like flex my little tiny old man gnome arms really hard. Like I'm trying to get it across. Like, strongest person here, kick my ass, please.
So the one you hand it to kind of looks at the other. There's a group of 3 that you walk up to, and they start chatting to one another, and you don't really understand. And then one grabs the whip from the other one's hands and walks over to you and just like laces into your back. And it is pure joy too. You are closer to your god. As
was he the strongest one though? Is my curiosity.
By looking at them, no. He seemed like
I'm trying to like use my character's shitty personality to help the group identify like the greatest threat in this zone.
Oh, so selfless.
Yeah, by just getting whipped by kobolds?
My 1 feat with this horrible character is hard to kill, so I'm basically like I'm trying to use myself like a test dummy.
I'm gonna go up to Catherine and say, we actually really don't know him. We were traveling, and he came up to us and tried to get us to do the same thing. He just won't leave us alone. He's not actually with us.
She looks at this display, and it's very strange. She doesn't understand it, you can tell. And she goes, we don't have time for this. Please, my brother must be taken back to mother.
I completely agree. He has a wound that needs attention. Lead on.
All right, so she says something to the kobolds, and they toss the whip back towards you, Blort, and she directs you on down the hill.
I thank the kobolds.
What do you bow? Taste your blood off your back?
Dude, you're making us look bad in front of the witch.
I'm making it wrong.
So you guys make your way down the hill, and you TPK is looking more likely. Yep, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Make your way down to the tree line, and you're on the edge of the village now. And she instructs you to stay here, and you see orcs milling about, large orcs. That it's the majority of the camp is orcs. And you see one orc really stand out. He looks like he's battle hardened. He's bigger than all the rest. He's kind of got a crew following around him. He's bossing the rest around.
All right, man. Are we about to have a flex off to sand down? Need to get oiled down and flex off
with the high orcs?
I will simultaneously oil the fuck out of Sandow's pecs and offer this huge orc my whip.
Hey, man, I still got my lantern oil.
He's deep in the camp. You do. You were really hung up on that
I
lantern
want
oil. I
to
forgot about
cover
that.
Sandow in that lantern oil. Give me your lantern, Kozel.
It's a worthy cause, man.
Sandow,
I don't
take off
think
your
we're there
shirt
yet, fellows.
This
I'm
minute.
still looking for the nearest exit.
We'll
So-
save that for the encore.
You're
There
directed.
will be no escaping this camp. I assure you, Waldo.
You're directed by Katharina to stay there. As she makes her way into the camp, she asks for Gregor from you. Do you hand over Gregor?
I want your word that we will remain safe until we speak to Mother.
She says you have my word.
Okay, I will gently drape as best I can Gregor over this young girl to see if she can bear the weight.
You can scrutinize that if you want. It's up to you, or you can take her word for it.
Yeah, real quick, Catherine. What's your reputation like around here? Do people like you? Do they consider you of high standing? You're not like Catherine the Liar or anything like that, right?
She's the only one whose face we have seen. I assume her to be of great importance.
I botched the roll, so I'm going to think. She says she's strong enough, so I will just drape his body over her.
Yeah, you drape his body over her, and she kind of shudders for a moment, but then she bucks up and stands up straight and carries him in no problem. Because of the height difference between the two, you kind of like drop him down on her, and she seems to handle it no problem.
Yeah, she's half orc.
She does not appear to be half orc.
Well, she's
doesn't-
related to Gregor, so you
Orc
She's
on
know.
the
really-
inside.
Yeah, right. So she trudges off into the camp, and you see some orcs kind of surround her. And she points to the group of you, and she says something to them.
I
And they
wave.
just stand there and they watch you. Yeah, you wave, and they're kind of like gritting their teeth and spitting on the ground and scowling your direction. And like one of them starts to make their way towards you, and she stops and goes back, and she smacks him, and he stops in his place.
Oh!
And she makes her way.
Blur, you should have been asking her the whole time.
She delivered a whole ass smack while carrying her gigantic orc family member.
Yeah. She makes
I
her
am
way.
honestly part in love with this character.
Please,
But
whip
I
me.
also understand that she is underage like every single female in this game, so
She-
I can't be.
she she is actually she's in, I want to say, her early 20s. Let me see here. Oh, old man Blort on the prowl. Let me see
As
if I
she's
have.
walking away, I ask if the giant orc we saw is like the biggest, strongest member of this unit.
Who are you asking?
Katharina, before you go, please, is the grand orc with the great bulging muscles over there? Is he the mightiest among your company?
She looks. She goes, Guar. Yes, he is. He's a real pain in the ass. Also,
No, he looks real friendly. I keep
Mort laughs
smiling and
incredibly
waving.
hard and says, "Guar, are you sure?"
but she's actually, she looks like she's like 16. She looks like she's in her mid-teens. You're right. They all are. They're all.
It depends on the lighting. Sometimes she looks older. Sometimes she looks younger.
Sorry.
Dude, in that
Lord.
fucking picture you sent us, she could be anywhere from like, I don't know, 16 to like 41.
She's 13 going on 30.
So she makes her way into camp, and she's
God
carrying
damn
Gregor,
it.
and she makes her way towards a large tent. Outside the tent is a fire, and on top of the fire is a big pot of something bubbling in there. You see like a big wooden spoon sticking out of it. And every once in a while you'll see an orc go over there and slop a bunch of it into a bowl, and they'll walk away and eat some of whatever's cooking there.
Hey, man, do you think they got feet in that pot?
Could
Well,
you
why
please
wouldn't
tell
you?
me what you mean by that?
Should have brought
Like-
Gregor's.
People feet, man, like severed. Yeah, we could have brought Gregor's, man. If you go to an orc party, you always got to bring a foot for lunch.
Kozel, we could examine the burning pot and see what is inside of it together. I do not feel safe just roaming about on my lonesome.
Yeah,
So-
man, let's go check it out. I'll hoist you up so you can see inside.
Yes, I'm quite
Guys,
small and unwieldy. That would be easy.
Before you go, I do have to tell you all something while we're alone here for a minute. If this goes south, I used to be the hide and seek champion, and I was so good they wrote books about me. And if things go bad, I will be hiding, and you will be on your own.
If things go south, I don't think I've shared this with you lot, but I cannot be killed. So, I mean,
If this goes south.
Oh my god, I'm
I mean,
fucking
I just
dying,
don't want you guys
Steven.
to be
That is
saying, like-
fucking great.
I don't want you guys to be saying, "Where's Waldo?" and not being able to
oh
find
my
me.
god, you son of a fucking bitch!
I was like, where's he going with this hide and seek
Oh
champion?
man. Oh, that's beautiful.
So she makes her way into the large tent. She with Gregor on her back, and she's in there. And not long after entering, you hear like a wail. I'm like, no! What has happened to my son? You hear a female's voice ring out, and then it's silent for a bit. And out comes a woman who's also decorated in similar makeup, and she looks to be about middle-aged. Comes
Okay,
charging out of the
question.
tent. Yes,
Matt, when we were around Maximilian's place, you
Mhm.
had described some paintings. Does she resemble Maximilian's first wife?
Did I say there was a painting of his wife? I don't even remember.
I don't. No, don't
I
quote
think
me
you
on
just
it,
said
but I
there were
could.
paintings.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
paintings.
Well, let's roll with it. Go ahead and make me an easy scrutinize.
I really got to get some scrutinized.
She is covered in like that kind of tribal makeup that you saw
Oh,
Katharina
yeah.
in. Yeah, she bears a striking resemblance. She's about 12 years older than the picture you saw. And this looks strikingly like Maximilian's wife, who mysteriously disappeared 12 years ago when the orcs took all the women from the village.
So as she's approaching,
Oh, shit.
I will set Waldman down, just kind of display him, move the hair from his face so that he can be recognized. and just
Prop
kinda
him
sit
up
and
her
wait.
dead son. Hey,
Yep.
hey, we found this guy too.
The worst kind of family reunion.
So all of a sudden, the tent opens up, and out comes Katharina and this woman, and she barks an order at the orcs to bring the group of you to her. So the
Oh,
orcs
well, I'll pick up Waldman then.
come over to you, and they start kind of like pushing and directing you towards the tent and she sits down at a bench around the fire with the pot brewing on it, and you're brought over there, and you're directed to sit down as well.
Okay, this is where I will display Waldman then, making sure that she sees his face clearly.
She recognizes instantly, and you see her face like twist with regret and sadness, but she almost shakes herself out of it right away, and almost not to show maybe a sign of weakness. And she goes, two of my boys in one day. At least Gregor's alive. What happened? What happened to him? To Waldman?
Question: did we ever take the arrow out of Waldman's face?
I don't
I-
think
Yeah,
so.
because our physician tried to save him.
I did try to amputate the arrow out.
Blort will very slowly, awkwardly reach over and pull the arrow out of Waldman's
Yeah.
face, and like just
Just
put it behind his
nonchalantly.
back like it was never there.
So we actually don't know what happened. He was near Gregor, and I
I
tried to
will
save him along with
Hold the hand
Gregor.
up. I will hold a hand up to try and just stifle you as you're starting to go with this spiel. I will look her in the eye and say, "Let us start by saying that Maximilian is a liar."
You see rage in her eyes.
Maximilian who?
She goes, that filth. He is why we are here. We have already exacted our revenge on Heinrich and Dieter. And Maximilian and the rest of the men in that village will be our next targets. Well, what happened to my boy? And she points to Waldman.
One killed the other.
What do you mean one killed the other?
Gregor. His arrow pierced Waldman. I'm sure he didn't know who Waldman was.
She looks at you very intently as you're saying this. And she gets really close to you, and she kind of studies your face awkwardly. And then she
I will try to
away.
make the best light hit my best profile.
She breaks away, and she seems to buy your story. She goes, an unfortunate accident, but I'm sure poor Waldman would have been killed in the attack on the village regardless. You, the group of you must be hungry. Would you like some of my stew here?
What I would like is your story, and I'll bow very deeply. Maximilian is spreading lies. He has taken a new bride, Helena. From what city was it again?
It was from Swansea.
From Swansea.
Uh,
Him and the men, Maximilian and the men of his village have been, I can only guess, spreading a lie about what happened to their wives. I would like to know the truth, lady.
Well, the truth is, and she gets all fiery and worked up. The truth is that piece of filth sold out the village and gave up all the women and girls to the orcs. Years ago. They did not fight. They did not try to protect us. They just sold us to the orcs. We are now here to exact revenge on the men of that village who sold us out so many years ago.
I
Well
don't
earned.
want to say
Well
that I
earned.
called it or anything, but I mean, really, what I mean, I've said from the beginning that this Maximilian character seemed absolutely atrocious from his core.
But, lady, even as you were bargained off to save their skins, the town is now inhabited with young women from Swansea who know nothing of the past, who think they have made good matches and husbands. Would you do the same to them?
They must all die. The whole village will burn.
To what end?
We will wipe them out. We will wipe them off the face of this planet.
But I mean, does that undo the wrongs done to you?
Do you have a better idea? She whips around and asks. She gets right in your face, Blort.
Yes. In
Blort
fact,
definitely flinches, but also I say like, I certainly do not have a better idea to bring you in a comfort with the situation thrust upon you, but I mean, an eye for an eye makes the world blind, and if every act of violence was reciprocated with a greater or equal act of violence, then all you are doing is tearing down other things that, I mean, could be let to stand, whether or not they are putrid and rotten to the core.
When I get the chance, I want to move up to Sandow and, as quietly as I can, whisper a question that, hey man, didn't Gregor say when she feeds her food to the other orcs, they do what she says?
Exactly. I'll mumble back. Don't accept the food. I'm stalling.
Eat
All
some
right, man.
stew.
I just ate, like right before Catherine found us.
Good
Blort
lady,
gladly
I
accepts the
do
stew.
have perhaps an idea.
Go on.
Those that wronged you need to pay, and the
Yes.
village is still full of those men that have betrayed you.
Yes.
However, the young, very young wives that have recently been taken to these homes, they are innocent. You are doing no more to them than was done to you. But I have perhaps a solution.
Go
Unknown
on.
to your daughter, I will question if the woman is around that came to greet us.
Katharina is sitting where she was originally, at the other side of the fire across from you.
What you may not have noticed is that there was a very young boy with us. No doubt that young boy has gone back to the town. If Maximilian suspects what is going on here, he will attempt to cover what little honor he has left. Likely, he will send what few men there are in that village, the ones that did this to you, in this direction.
She laughs. She goes, we know what they have for numbers of men. They have nothing compared to us. And you look around the camp and you take in the number of orcs, and you're like, okay, yeah, this can be a slaughter. She says, I will send a band of orcs out to find this boy and slaughter him to ensure that word does not get back to the village.
Would it not be better if the word did get back to the village, ma'am?
How so?
Maximilian will be notified to save what shred of honor or dignity that he has, assuming that I, a renowned storyteller, might find out what indignity he caused to his wife, what treachery he caused to his village, would get out into the wild world. Certainly he would send, as you say, what men they are, after us. Why not take your vengeance upon them as they come to you? Let the village stand.
What
Is there
guarantee do I
anything you
have that
can
he?
do in? Oh, sorry.
She says, what guarantee do I have that he himself, the coward, will come here to this camp? He'll just send his men to be slaughtered.
Perhaps we can help you with that.
What are you proposing?
Well, Maximilian does still try to maintain a facade of being a great man. It is how he
He's
wooed his new wife.
pompous. He's a fool.
Yes. Let us use that against them. He knows of my renown as a storyteller. I now know the story. What would he do? What might he pay? What might he give of himself to keep that story from getting out?
She thinks about it.
If I can lure him out
Yes.
to perhaps pay me off, me and my band here, lure him away from the village, you can exact your revenge and let the village stand.
So you suggest that you will bring him to me so I can kill him and exact my revenge on that filth?
Would it not be a fair form of revenge? Why do to these poor women that was done to you?
Yeah, man.
I'll tell
They're
you what.
victims too, just of a different kind, man.
You
For
bring me.
once, I truly agree with Kozel.
You bring me him. I want to see him suffer, and I want to take his life. You do that, and I will leave the village be.
Okay, I'll nod, say, truly, and this will be an epic story.
How do you propose to do such a feat? How will you cull the coward out of his cave?
Tell me, lady, do you have writing implements, some ink, and if I might borrow one of your archers? Okay, so the plan, Matt, is that I would like to fire an arrow with a missive on it onto Maximilian's roof or wall or whatever, so that he gets him. Basically, telling him, "I know what you did. My silence can be bought. Meet me, and figure out a clearing where he would feel that he is at least somewhat safe." Enough that I don't want to say come into the forest, that would be a bit much, but somewhere where he is, somewhere outside of the village that he thinks he might be safe, but that he can still be easily taken.
Okay.
I think we could just walk back and tell Maximilian, like, hey, there's something we found in the woods. It relates to your late wife. I think that you really need to see it personally
Yeah.
yourself.
Not
Come with
strong
us.
enough.
You think he'll
It's
just
not
come
strong
along?
enough. Listen,
For
We
writing
could
utensil,
use that
she
house, man.
she calls over an orc and she grabs one of those wooden bowls that they're using for the stew, and she instructs the orc. She says something in orcish, and he holds out his arm, and he takes a dagger and slits his arm, and a bunch of blood starts draining into a bowl. And then she
That
takes
was
a piece of
so
there's
fucking
some
punk rock.
tanned leather.
You
and
need to sanitize that first.
She cuts it with a knife, and she hands you a piece of tanned leather and a bowl of blood, and she goes, "Here, you can write your note."
that was very metal. Okay, yeah. So the idea is that nothing short of a direct attack against his character will draw Maximilian out. Anything else, he would probably just send his minions to do the.
Where and when can I expect you to deliver Maximilian? I will be there with my orc raiding party, ready to attack if you do not show up. Where
okay.
do you propose?
You know this area far, far better than we. And kind of just mark out on the ground, like here's the city, here's the woodline. Where could a band of orcs lie in wait, and that we could draw Maximilian out of the city, but you could rush forward and take him quite easily?
She says,
which side of the walls?
There's a small cabin not far from the gates of the village. You may have passed it on the way here. We will be there, amassed with the army. We'll be far enough away that they will not see or know of our presence. You bring the coward there, and we have a deal. If you do not arrive at the time we agree to, we will take down that village and kill everyone within it.
I am absolutely loving where this is going. I think that we need to do a quick team huddle, and everybody needs to let what they feel about the situation out into the whole party before we agree to do anything.
Sure.
You guys are gonna be like, we need a moment, and you all kind of like huddle around.
Excuse me, mother of mutants and orcs and other misfits of society. Would you allow us a moment briefly to ponder the gravitas of the situation at hand?
Respect the huddle.
Respect the huddle, mother.
You can have a moment to discuss. Go on.
I have a very good idea, my sweet friends, but I would allow all of you to speak first because I think my idea is the best and I want it to come last.
I'm feeling like we can't stop this, so we might as well just let them burn the town down. I mean, there are a lot of assholes in there anyways.
I believe we need to at least make the attempt to save the village as a whole.
I can stay nearby, and if there are survivors, I can try to heal them. I mean...
Well, man, like, at least if this works, we'll save all the poor girls that were married off to pedophiles, man.
Now, that's the best argument so far.
Yes, my primary objective is to rescue the young women from the reign of the miserable Maximilian. But I do have an exciting plan that would make this an incredibly exciting, intense episode for both Twitch and us.
What do you got, man?
I think that our plan moving forward, and feel free to adjust and or completely refute this idea, but I long for this world to give me some sort of emotional stimulation and to make me feel excitement and happiness. And nothing would excite me greater than the four of us absolute fools breaking into his home in the middle of the night in total silence and kidnapping him. And I don't really care what else is modulated onto this plan, but I think a stealth mission to kidnap him from his home and bring him to his ex-wife so that she can slay him is basically the pinnacle of what would be the story of my life.
Man, I'm really old and my
Far
knees
more
are
risk in
real
that.
loud. Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, I ask you this. Is it not the last episode of our Zweihander adventures?
Okay, so that
Let
is
us
a
lay it all on the table.
possible idea. We'll put a pin in that one. What if we just went back to town and we started a knitting group for all the wives, and then on club night they all go out of town, and then the orcs come in and just clear out the town?
That just sounds like a horrible
How
idea.
about a compromise, my friend? We fire the missive so that he will get the note that we know what he's done.
Allow me to
then we
sneak
watch.
into
We
his
watch.
chambers.
If he is too much of a coward to come to us, then we go with your plan of abducting. At very least, he will have sent his men to possibly get rid of us or appease us so that he will be less guarded. So, either the man comes himself or he plays the coward's route and we abduct him.
So the knitting group is out.
Oh, we will come back afterwards and we will start the knitting group.
I do not feel as though the knitting group is a viable option. Truly and honestly, it raises no tension or stakes or makes me feel in any way as though we have acted as heroes.
But it seems like the safest way.
All right, so
I was not placed on this earth
The
to
mo-
keep myself safe, Waldo.
the mother of orcs breaks in. You've had enough time to chat. You have 8 hours
This should be sufficient.
to deliver
I
me
blurt out,
Maximilian.
"We will kidnap Maximilian and bring him to you in the night."
I like this one. She points to Blort. Have some stew.
I bow and drink heartily from the stew.
You are the only one here who likes him.
Okay. So you drink from the stew. Go ahead and make me a -20 resolve test.
I'll just go ahead and take a failure on that, big guy.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. What do you mean? You like aced it.
I'm a fucking unkillable dog.
Yeah, you eat it. It's delicious. It's super good. Very, very
I bet
tasty.
it is. I bet it tastes good when you can't die and you drink poison.
And she comes over to you, Blort, after you eat some, and she puts her arm around you, and she gets kind of chummy with you, and she's all friendly. She goes, "Kill him and bring me his head at the meeting place."
I would not remove from you the honor of slaying a man who has committed so many acts of absolute, just atrocious character. I don't even know the words to describe the extent of his malice, but I barely know him. I know him only as a crook and as a liar and as a pathetic sack of human flesh, but you know him in a way that would allow the killing to be much more, like narratively satisfying. I don't know. Like, I don't think I should do it. I'm also quite weak and small.
She's taken aback that you do not instantly agree with her.
That's sort of my bag, baby. I say in character.
It's sort of my bag, baby. She's kind of stunned by this, and it takes her a moment. She goes, "Oh, fine, very good. You go to the village, but you take my daughter with you." And she points to Katharina.
How old is your daughter? Just, I mean, not even for any reason at all.
She is 16 years old.
I cannot take her with me.
She will accompany you to ensure you hold up your end of the bargain. You asked for an archer. She is an excellent, proficient archer.
I'm Sandow's like spirit guide. I look at Sandow and I'm like, dude, is this okay? I do not want this.
No, it's fine.
Oh man, why did you have to say that? Okay.
So Katharina is kind of taken aback by this, but she goes in the tent and she emerges with a bow and a quiver full of arrows, and she's got.
Dude, my objective this whole game has been to fuck up the pedophiles, and now I'm just rolling with a 16-year-old.
I didn't say they're all teenagers. All the brides in town. So they're much younger than the men in town.
Well, the men are the worst ever, regardless of the ages of all the women.
Yeah, man, they're not teenagers anymore.
They're much
They
younger.
were when they got married.
The brides. Like, you look at the picture there of Horst and his bride. She's much younger. And same with Helena.
Like, come on. Like,
Maximilian.
look at, yeah, my point exactly was summed up by you saying, look at the picture of Horst.
All right, so she, the mother of orcs, we'll call her, because that's what you've addressed her as, orders you to go back with her daughter. And she says, I hope that's not the image of Horst that you just put in the chat. I'm not clicking it on the stream.
Everybody in the chat, go ahead and click that link. It's super hilarious. I don't know if it's clickable, but just go ahead and manually type it into your browser.
So she sends you off, and she says, you have 8 hours to deliver me the coward, my husband, my ex-husband, to me. And she goes back on the tent where Gregor is. You're left there with the body of Waldman as well.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
And Katharina says, we must go. We're not going to have much time to meet up with them.
Look, right, so the message...
Sandow is definitely the leader and the only one of us, I think, who knows literally anything.
So the message is essentially it's extortion. It's saying, you know, bag of gold for my silence. I know your story.
And at the end, or else we will kidnap you.
I think that would be giving our hand away there, my friend.
I want to do a heist, Sandow.
It may very well come to it. Maximilian is a coward.
So, do you guys set out on your journey back to Vorburg?
Yes.
You guys have Katharina accompanying you. You know that the orcs will be awaiting you, so there's no risk of running into orcs along the way there because you know their intentions. So I'm going to say you guys make your way back to the outskirts of the village, very uneventful. And
just the way I like it.
You guys are on the edge of the forest, right where it enters into the farmlands, into the fields. There's fields surrounding Vorburg, so you can see you're at the edge of the fields, and you can see the town with its palisades just in the distance.
So how do you want to do this, Sandow? I say we rappel up his walls, kick through his windows.
First, the message,
and jump out.
You can see. You squint, and you can see that there are men up on the wall.
The men trust us. They know that we are his homies.
Is Maximilian among the men?
You can't tell.
Okay. I know where Maximilian's home is, though, right?
You do. It is the biggest, grandest building in the village.
Let's move around so that we have a vantage point of his home. And I'm either going to have her shoot an arrow through like his bedroom window or into his study, whichever he's most likely to be in at this time of day. What time of day is it?
It is night, because remember this was going to be a full day's journey. It took half a day to get there and half a day back. So it is now nighttime. You are in the cover of darkness.
Okay. So let's make that happen.
So we're hurting on our 8 hours.
Yeah, like this is going to be a very tight timeline for you to deliver Maximilian. I'm going to say you have about an hour to acquire Maximilian and bring him to the meeting spot after you get to Vorberg. So you're going to have to... What? Blort keeps typing something and stopping, and it's... I don't know what he's doing over there. What are you up to, Blort? So you guys
I was just talking to the Twitch chat.
Oh, there you go. 4 wine coolers deep. Ask me anything. He's not kidding. You might think he's kidding, but he's not. So you guys
It
make
might
your way...
honestly be like a under exaggeration.
Okay. I don't doubt that. So you guys make your way around the walls. You're under the darkness of night. You get to the area of the walls that is closest to Maximilian's mansion. Now, you do see some lights on the second floor. The second floor is where you had your meeting with him. Done, and he's retired.
Yep.
You guys do recall where you had your meeting with Andre, Waldman, and Maximilian. And you can ascertain from where you are at that window. And you do see a light on in there.
Okay. Just make sure on the outside, it says for Maximilian, have it rolled up around the shaft of the arrow. Tell
Right.
her where to aim. Put that arrow through that window.
I ask if there's any way that she could perhaps, with the arrow and the missive, puncture his body.
She says, I'm a good shot, but not that good of a shot.
Damn
anybody
you.
Does anybody have a ranged weapon I can just, roll on a character sheet?
How far can you throw a sledgehammer?
I was gonna say I could throw my bone axe.
Here we go. Throwing knife. I'm just gonna
Bone
use
saw.
this. Bone saw. All right. She critically failed.
I was standing behind her.
Oh.
I don't have any misfortune to spend. Or fortune, I guess. Fortune, she's on your side? Fortune?
Could I dive in front of this arrow because I just have a premonition about how fucked we are gonna be if she fires it.
Do you want to burn? I'll let you, because she's an NPC on your side. Do you want to burn a fortune to have her reroll?
For sure.
Of course I do.
She can burn all 5.
Okay. So she fires the arrow, and it disappears into the darkness silently, and all of a sudden you hear a smash of a window.
Into the darkness. Okay, there we go.
You hear a smash of glass. And you see the glass window on the covering Horst's face. You see smashed glass on the window of the study. There. Is that better?
I do like that.
There is a commotion in there, and suddenly you hear guards, guards, and lights and lanterns start burning and burning up all over the village, the inside of the palisades. You see a figure stand in the window. Go ahead and make me an easy scrutinize, everybody. Scrutinize. This is playing out much differently than the last group I ran it for, and that's great. Oof.
I was too busy looking for nearby hiding spots.
That's right. Where's Waldo? Where'd he go?
How dare you say that?
Anybody else want to scrutinize?
Yeah, I'm having issues with my sheet here.
Yeah, same.
It's an
Do I
easy.
look over and Waldo this whole time, like in canon, has been wearing a red and white striped sweater?
Yeah, and a hat.
My underwear is red and white stripes, yes.
That goes well with the whole barber thing. Like the barber pole, like the spinning thing, is the same Waldo colors. Like it kind of fits you.
I invented it.
So, Sandow, you succeeded, but Kozel, you critically succeeded. You see, it is Andre standing in the window, and he's got his weapon drawn, and he looks very, very displeased with what's going on.
Oh shit! I hate that guy.
And he is shouting to his men, "Men, Get outside the walls! Find them! The bandits are attacking! So there is a
All right.
flurry of activity going on inside the village now, and the gates suddenly open up. You guys are around. Oh, let's draw a square here. Let's do this. Draw shape.
It's time to duel.
Oh snap!
There is the gates, and so here would be the front entrance, and you guys are like here.
I call out to Lizelette.
You just shout her name. So you hear the
Your
sound.
husband is a horrible, savage beast of a man.
You hear the sound of men, the militiamen, making their way outside the gates now, and there's
so
lanterns
let's-
swinging around, and
Let's hide and see if they send out people to the cabin or not. We need to find out if we're going in after Maximilian or if he's going to go
do you want
to us.
Do you want to hide? Do you want to try and scramble over the walls?
Hey,
Oh, I'll hide.
hey guys, like I'm old and like disarming. Like you want me to go in and scout out, like act like I'm scared and shit, and see if I can find where Maximilian is?
I would accompany you because I think we are the least intimidating set of two you could form in this group.
Yeah, but one of you doesn't really stand out.
Katharina says, "I am going with you. I am going in."
You are perhaps the most intimidating member of this group.
Yeah, man, that's
Catherine,
not.
look, we need to wait. We need to find out if he leaves or not. If he leaves, it's fine. If not, we need to go in.
I trust Sandow unconditionally with all aspects of my life, so I will wait.
He does pay me well.
So you guys are just gonna wait. You're gonna try and like.
Yeah, just hide. There's a small body of us. They're looking for a large contingent, so hopefully that will be enough. And just try and find out if he's going to send out men or not, and if he's with the men.
Looking for like a hollowed out tree or some
you're
boulders I can hide under.
There's fields all around, and it is harvest time, so a lot of the crops have already been cut.
Large gopher hole.
Hey, Sandow, could you like lift me up for a second, man?
It is nighttime, so you do have the cover dark. So I'll say go ahead and make me a standard stealth check. Anybody who wants to try and hide.
Do I get an advantage for my name?
Waldo?
Yeah.
You said standard?
Yeah. Okay, you passed. You failed.
Where's stealth?
Oh, god damn it.
You failed.
I'm burning a fortune.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
shit.
Kozel, like, just disappears into the night. He's standing next to you guys. You don't even see him anymore. You just hear a voice. Waldo,
I will also say, if anyone gets caught, tell them that I left you in the forest.
Tell them that I love you.
Oh man, I love you too, man.
Waldo is now hidden. Who was the other one that failed? Was it Blort? It was Blort. Did you want to burn a fortune?
I absolutely do.
Okay, go ahead and re-roll.
Hey, if you want, I can make a distraction way over there, man, so they'll run towards it.
Damn you!
Oh, critically succeeded. It's a
Oh,
double.
man.
Oh, I thought that was a critical fail.
No. Doubles
No,
are
you
a crit.
got under.
A crit in this, and you rolled under. So, like, you're
Nice.
hidden even better than Kozel. Like, you are just, like, blended right in with the shadows. You're, like, you're right up against the walls, and you actually slip past these guys as they're making their way towards you.
Show off.
The rest of you, there are militiamen walking around. They've got their lanterns swinging in the night, and you are able to hide amongst the shadows and be unseen. After what seems like an eternity, but is only about 10 to 15 minutes, you hear them shout, "They must have moved on! They must use the darkness to hide! They're long gone to cover their tracks!" And they make their way back towards the gates.
All right, so we need to wait a bit to see if they send out any men. See if the message was received. If not, we're going in.
Yeah, you guys sit there and wait, and you're watching the window intently, and you see pacing, you see shadows pacing back and forth. It looks like multiple shadows, but nobody comes out. Nothing really happens.
While we're waiting, I'd like to ask everyone around, do we have a plan for if they don't come out?
Yep, we're gonna have to go in after Maximilian.
Oh, the
Plan
plan
B,
if they don't come out
kidnapping.
was my original.
I thought Plan B was the knitting group.
The knitting group was never on the table.
the knitting group is not a viable plan.
It just sounded so much safer.
So you guys wait, and nobody comes out. You wait a good 20, 30 minutes. Nothing comes out. But there is a hive of activity going on inside the gates now. There is still panic happening. And nobody's coming. You still see the two shadows within the parlor or whatever it was room that you met with Andre Waldman and Maximilian in the past, where you shot the window or shot the arrow through. With that, Catherine says, "I'm going in. I'm going in."
Wait,
Yes.
wait.
This is the time. Let's go.
We could send another missive. It could say, if you do not give yourself up, Maximilian, within the next 1 minute, this town will be razed to the entire whole. All of it is going to go totally get burned to the ground. And if you do come with us, then everybody here will live. I know he's a giant coward, and that might not work, but it's better than us just charging in there and doing the heist like I want to, just because he didn't react within 2 minutes.
If we send the message, they'll be more on alert.
It's been more than 2 minutes. It's been more like half an hour to 45 minutes. And you guys are on a timeline. You got an hour.
We have 10 minutes left.
We need to go.
Heist.
We need to
time.
go.
I think we really should use this last 15 minutes to get out of Dodge. Because the orcs are coming and they won't be happy with us for failing.
We should use this last 15 minutes to rappel from the ceiling in black jumpsuits.
I don't have a black jumpsuit. I do have red and white striped underwear.
That doesn't work for me.
I got my robe, man, but there's nothing underneath of it, so you don't really want me above you, man.
Oh,
Well,
right.
do what you wish. I have to make the attempt.
Well,
Yeah, I'll
pay
go
us.
with Sandow.
While you guys
man.
are talking, Katharina just all of a sudden just scales the wall.
Right
Wait,
behind
no,
her.
no.
She's super quick, man.
And she's over on the other side.
Yeah, like I said, right behind her.
Okay.
I am following, but reluctantly.
You scuttle up the wall. I'm not going to make you roll. You guys make your way up and over. And you see her making her way towards the house. And
Right. I will let her know where the best entrance would be. Since we'd been in his house, we got the lady. Look for the servants' entrance.
she turns around and says, "Make a distraction at the front door."
I think I am the least physically capable and the
Or make
most
a distraction for me.
emotionally capable of making a distraction at the front.
And you
gate.
see
I will
her,
leave you guys off to make the distraction, and I want to follow her.
you see her
Wait,
scuttle up the
The
side
bard
of the
is
building.
leaving the chance to make a distraction.
Well, he's a performer for sure, but like he's also better, I think, in every statistical like shit that matters category than I am. So I think that as the most useless member of the party, I should go just like fuck with the army as a joke because it would make me happy.
You are good at making distractions.
Yeah, there are militiamen like running all about. There's nobody really. You're kind of in the shadows right now, off to the side of the house. And yeah, she says, "Create a distraction." And
Whatever wall we jumped over, instead of jumping over it, I just stand atop it and I start shouting.
Okay.
Once my homies are out of line of sight of me, once you guys have gotten around like a corner or an alley or something, I just start shouting, like, hear me, all ye who dwell within this city. Soon the time will come that you all lives will end. And I just start mumbling on about the end times, and I really try to get everybody's attention.
So the militiamen start making their way over to you. You see, almost as soon as the shouting begins, out of the front door emerges Andre. and he starts making his way towards you, and he starts shouting, "Men, shoot him down! Shoot him down! He's working with the bandits."
Don't worry about shooting me down. I am immortal. And I display my immortality by like just cutting open my wrist and bleeding all over the ground.
Yeah, an arrow finds its way towards you.
Fucking come at me, dude.
Wait, man, do I see someone who's got like their bow and arrow pointed at him, or did I go with Sandow?
It just kind of like whips through the darkness. As this is going on, you see Katharina kind of like jumping on an overhang on the house and scuttling her way up the side of the building.
I'll try my
To the
best to
second
follow.
floor. Okay. Yeah, you want to follow her on the outside?
Yep, just
Yeah.
going up the same way she did.
Go ahead and make me an easy athletics check. You have athletics. You're good at that. Oh
No
yeah,
problem.
you're like right there with her. She goes and gets up on an overhang on the second floor, and she makes her way through the broken window. Flips her way in there, where she is face to face with Maximilian. And she sees him, and you see a look of shock on his face. He recognizes his daughter. And he, "Oh, what? You're alive! You're alive, sweetie! Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I thought you were dead." And you see her with gritted teeth. "You're a liar and a coward." And she draws her sword that she's carrying with her, and she just runs him through, just killing him on the spot.
Oh my god.
And he lies. He chokes up and coughs up blood, and he slumps to the ground. And she turns to you, Sandow, and she says, "It's been done. Now the
Take
rest.
his head. We have to prove it to your mother.
This village deserves to die."
Ugh. I mean, they don't really.
She takes her sword and she cuts off the head also.
No!
Here's the proof mother will want. So you guys are at the point now. You can hear drumming in the distance, and like marching, and voices like chanting.
All right, so she was gonna burn the village anyway. Fine.
And you know what's coming. Blort, you hey, what's your damage threshold, by the way?
Give me one moment. Looks like it is 5.
Okay. So an arrow sinks into you. It slams right into your, like, let's say it into one of your arms. It doesn't do enough damage to hurt you, but you're hit with an arrow as you're standing there screaming to the crowd.
Where does this arrow hit me?
We'll say it hits you it sinks into one of your arms. We'll say in your forearm.
I raise my forearm with the arrow through it to the crowd that is, I hope, gathering around me.
Oh
I
yeah,
said, look,
there's a giant
look
crowd.
upon the immortality that you are faced with, and look inside yourself and ask, do you truly believe that you are the one who is so special that you can kill me?
Oh, and another arrow finds its mark and sinks
Come
into
at me, bro, I shout.
It sinks into your midsection. This one does 8 damage to you. So this one actually goes down on the track. Do you want to drop off this wall, or do you just want to kind of sit there as arrows are flying through the?
If I'm moderately wounded, right?
Yes, you would go down one more on your track because you had a 5, right? I was just looking at the character sheet.
But also, I can never be unharmed. Like,
Right.
I'm always lightly wounded.
So you're now moderately wounded.
Okay.
So you've got arrows flying at you. Did I roll a
I just
6?
keep shouting. I'm just praying that I can buy enough time for my gang to save some of the members of this city.
I did not roll a 6. If I rolled a 6, then we get to roll on the injury table. Yeah, so you you're kind of watching this play out. I don't know what's Waldo and Kozel doing. What are you guys doing as Blort's standing up there causing distraction? He's getting peppered with arrows. He's bleeding, and he's just like calling out to the crowd and antagonizing them. You watch Katharina and Sandow scuttle up the building and through the window, and now you can hear the drumming and the sound of marching and the chanting of the orcs as the hour approaches.
Well, man, if Blort's going to go down, I better make it look cool. And I take a dab of my lantern oil and rub it between my fingers, and I ignite the feathers sticking off the arrows that are piercing his body.
So you're just going to ignite the arrows that are sticking out of Blort?
Yeah, man, got to make it look cool. Like he is immortal and his flesh is burning the arrows.
Okay, do I have to roll to like play along with it like I planned it, or is my character just going to be surprised that they lit on fire no matter
You're
what?
going to be surprised because you were not expecting this. They all of a sudden just burst in flames. You know what? Let's say that you think this is your god answering you as you stand there.
Yeah,
this is your
truly
calling.
Believe 100% that I cannot be killed.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I think that's amazing. So all of a sudden you're standing there and you're catcalling the crowd and you're saying that you cannot be injured, you cannot be killed, and you're being peppered with arrows, and they're now bursting into flames and burning their way towards your flesh. And you feel that your god has truly answered your calls, and this is your moment. This is what you were put on this earth for.
As the flaming arrows like start searing the flesh of my stomach and my arms, and more arrows come around me, I'm just picturing like dudes are climbing up this wall to come stab me and fuck me up.
Yeah,
I'm surrounded. I'm just shouting like none of you will ever wield the power necessary to defeat me. And I just start whipping my back the hardest I ever have in my life.
Right, and they tackle you. They take you down. They rip you down off the wall, and they're
Before
like piling on
kill
top of
him?
you, and you're just whipping yourself as hard as you can while being beaten by these guys, and you love it. You love it. This is glory to you. What do the rest of you want to do as the orcs are now making their way towards the village?
Right, so we've been double crossed, so we tried to save what we could, so the only thing left is just to warn the village. Sandow will tear through the building, just in his great voice, just at the top of his lungs, trying to warn people that they're coming.
You have a very silver tongue. So some people overhear you, and you see guards up on the wall. They hear you and they look in the direction and they shout, "Orcs! Orcs war party!" And just panic breaks out. They break off of you, Blort, but you're like a bloody mess at this point. And the whole village panics. People are grabbing whatever they can. You see Horst cowering in a alleyway with his sword, clenching his sword.
Dude, if I was in a fucking room with Hitler, myself, a gun and 2 bullets, and Horst, I would shoot Horst twice.
Cowering.
Sandow, it hurts me to say this, but we have to go talk to Mother. That's the only chance.
There is no chance. She planned this from the beginning.
We have to try.
Already tried. What would you suggest? Going through an army of orcs to talk to her? She planned to double cross us from the beginning.
Yeah, man, it's time to run.
I really want to run, but I can't.
Really? Okay. So Kozel and it sounds like Sandow are like, let's get out of here. Let's
No,
live another day.
I'm not running.
Okay.
I'm trying to get everyone up and to know it's coming so that those that can escape will escape. I don't give a crap if they overrun the town as long as everyone get out.
So the guards shout, "Orcs war party!" And they're closing the gates.
Because by our reckoning, I mean, there were a lot of orcs, but there's not enough of them to surround the entire town, right?
There is not. There's not enough of them to surround the town.
We're getting people out.
So you're lifting people up over the palisades? Because you're at the opposite end. We'll say the orc war party is coming from this direction, and you guys were over here. So you're lifting whoever you can up and over. You're trying to save like women and children and get them out.
Let's be honest about it. I'm saving the women and children. I can give I could not care less
The men
about
of
the
this
older men.
village.
Really, really honest and say that the women and children are one and the same in this horrible.
There we go. Got it in one.
So you're lifting as many as you can out. We'll say you get, I don't know. Let's roll a die here. Before the orc party you get 8 out over during the panic.
That's underwhelming.
Hey,
It is underwhelming.
as soon as I see them break off from beating Blort, I want to try and get up to Blort and drag his hopefully not yet lifeless corpse off into the darkness.
Blurt, let me ask you this. Do you want to die here? Do you want this to be your end?
Man, that's such a good question.
Do you want this to be the end of Blort?
Because like imagine like if there's a group of like 20, 30 dudes just pounding the shit out of him and he thinks that he can't die, like that would probably be like ultimate like bliss for him.
He's lying there
just
smiling
like,
as blood is just like running.
The heart. No, like I can't get fucked with. So I will say that it's up to you. I would be satisfied with that as a character death, but I would also be happy to continue.
I wanted to leave it up to you because
well, then I'm going to leave it up to a die roll. I'm going to roll 1d20. Odds, that crowd killed me. Evens, I escape with grievously wounded.
Oh, he is alive, but he is in rough shape. He is on death's door, Blort. It's a good thing you have a barber surgeon.
Once I'm grievously wounded, I add 3 to all of my damage thresholds because I'm hard to kill.
I'm actually, while they're like helping people, I'm going to be running towards the orc war party.
I rolled to see if we had to roll on the injury table, and you did not have to roll on the injury table. Thankfully.
So who was that? Was that like Waldo?
Waldo is going towards the orc war party, yeah.
All right, hold on.
Display, and since you really love Zweihander, can you roll for me on that injury table? I don't give a fuck if Blort gets fucked up. I want to know what.
Do you want a serious injury?
Like. Yeah, hit me with a heart. I got grievously wounded. I got trampled by 50 dudes punching my mouth. Like what fucking happened to me?
You have a torn shoulder. Whatever you were holding in your primary hand gets ruined.
That was just my pride, so that's gone.
And until fully recuperated, you start a turn with 2 less AP.
Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a serious injury table. We wanted grievous, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm fucking grievously wounded, dog. I wanted to hear about my lung getting punctured or my jaw getting ripped the fuck out.
Wow. Vitreous hemorrhage. Until fully recuperated, you cannot see as you're blinded. You must undergo successful surgery or suffer the consequences. Once this has happened, and you've undergone a failed surgery, you gain the black cataract drawback, which I think somebody in the party already has. If you already have this drawback, you permanently lose 9% perception. So you're blind. You're beaten within an inch of your life, and you're blinded currently.
So both my eyes were punched the fuck out.
Yes, but you were smiling ear to ear. You're just like, yes.
As Kozel comes and checks on me, I'm just like in a drunken haze, like laying on the ground, just like, they didn't kill me.
Hey man, not today. And I'll just stuff a handful of mushrooms in his mouth and like drag him down off the wall.
All right, so Waldo, as you're running towards the orcs, I'll call out, Waldo, just a moment. I will kick in the door to the inn. I will backhand Horst, and I will take that sweet sword off the wall.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Getting Dicey's now following. Thank you, Getting Dicey, for the follow. Appreciate it.
And I'll step out of the inn with the sword, smile at Waldo, and say, "Big damn heroes."
Big damn heroes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You slay Horst. So with that, as that happens, I just hit my mic. As with that, I apologize to anybody who's listening and heard that terrible noise. The Orc War Party is on. Orcs, I should say. ORXX. Orcs War Party is on the walls, and they are like climbing over and make their way in. They're beating at the doors. and the militiamen are doing their best to hold off the orc war party, but there are people being slaughtered and falling. There's orcs coming on in. Oh yes, thank you, Chuck, for the points for follows. And the town is being slaughtered. Waldo, are you running towards this slaughter?
Yeah, I was hoping to get there before the slaughter, but I guess I'm too late for that.
Yeah, you get up there and orcs start pouring over the walls. Do you want to join in, or do you want to go back to your comrades? We're standing at the opposite end and are trying to get as many...
No. Hold on. Sando was gonna join Waldo. Like, this is a fitting in. You know, we're buds. If you're gonna run in, I'm taking that sword off Horst's wall and wading in with him.
I'm yelling, hold! I'm here to speak with Mother. We have accomplished her goal.
Woo!
I do expect to die.
Yeah. Wow, look at you. Trying to shout over the sound.
I look like
battle.
I've been in like 10 rounds with Mike Tyson and my eyes are so swollen.
Oh yeah, you look like ground beef, man. Yeah,
if they don't accept this, I think we could all meet our end facing a wave of orcs trying to defend the city.
I'm going to say charm is going to be the most appropriate of what you're trying to do here. But it's going to be at a -30. It's going to be arduous. There's a battle going on, and you're trying to get their attention and prove this. You do not have the head of Maximilian. Katharina had that.
I just shout, "Come on, you fucks! No one can kill us!"
You're just swinging.
We got 10 minutes. I'm going to burn another fortune.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes!
Oh!
Critically succeeded.
Yes!
Oh my fucking god, dude. Waldo, I am so happy.
Oh, wow. So with that, you see the big orc. The big nasty one. The one referred to as Gwar. Turns and you see him point to Waldo. And an orc comes over and grabs you. They don't attack you. They grab you. And you hear
you know who I am.
Say something. And he points to the other side of the walls. And he's instructing him.
Mother!
And yeah, he starts carrying you outside the walls through the battle. Kind of nudging all the orcs aside. And he's carrying you out. And leads you to the fields. Where Mother is standing there, surrounded by a group of kobolds. And she's directing the slaughter. And the orc sets you down in front of Mother.
It's done! Call him off, now!
Whether it's done or not, it is too late. They will pay.
This is not justice. This isn't even vengeance.
It's what they deserve.
I've got a wild plan.
If you think this is what they deserve, then this is what you deserve.
While you're talking, all of a sudden, something rolls out of the darkness and slams in your feet. And you look down, it's the head of Maximilian. And emerges out of the shadows is Katharina. And she says, It is done, Mother. He is dead. And
if she doesn't accept the head of Maximilian, I am charging Gwar with my sledgehammer.
You see? This is it. This is the end. Call him off.
I will let you try to persuade her here. You do have the head.
How far away am I from her?
You're like standing right next to her. You are next to her. Someone lost their head, but it was an NPC.
What's the difficulty on persuade?
Well, there's no persuade, so I guess we're gonna have to roll with charm again, aren't we? We keep relying on that one, because you are trying to persuade.
Bargain, maybe.
Charm. Yeah, bargain. Do you have bargain? That's an advanced skill.
No, I don't.
I'll say charm, and I'll let you make it at a. You're gonna have Katharina backing you up, saying that it is done. So you can do it at an easy.
Ooh.
Oh, someone asked if you're able to lower the volume on your mic, Steven. I guess you're coming through a little loud.
I was yelling.
Maybe.
Sorry.
He was
Maybe
yelling. He's like, "What? You got another crit?"
No, I got a 36.
Oh, I didn't scroll down.
It is a pass, though.
That's good enough. Katharina steps in and she says, I agree, mother. He is right. Call it off. There are innocent being slaughtered in there. Innocent just like us. And Waldo, you can step in. You can add to this however you want. But Mother thinks it over. And she nods. And she calls out loudly over the crowd to call off the attack. Reluctant. Go ahead.
Breathe an audible sigh of relief.
I charge Guar with my sledgehammer.
Really?
Not even joking. We got 8 minutes, dog. I have not made a single attack. In this
Yeah, we
whole
haven't
game.
done true combat in this. Okay, go ahead. Roll me combat.
Okay, I'm gonna open my character sheet. You just tell me what to click.
Let me look at your character sheet. Yeah, we haven't done true combat in this. So you are gonna go. You're blind also. Lord.
Yeah,
Fuck Guar,
how are
dude,
you
I'm
even
blind,
walking?
But God is guiding
You
my
just asked-
strike.
You asked Kozel to point you in the direction of Guar.
I think it's a bad idea, man, but okay. And I point him that direction.
So if you click on the Talents and Trappings tab, you just click Roll next to Splitting Maul. Oh man, let me get to the stats for a high orc. Bear with me here. I have it bookmarked in the book in front of me.
Well, I failed, so.
Oh, and you don't have any fortune left. I thought I had a bookmark. Apparently not.
In like this brief moment of peace, Blort just makes the split decision to charge across the battlefield at this giant orc, and he just fucking catches my little splitting maul in his hand.
Oh, I do have a bookmark. All right, here we go. High orcs. ORX. Let me roll.
I feel like this guy's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah,
bad.
he's going to turn around and he's going to try and hit you back now. 51.
I feel like a 51 gets me. I don't know though.
Yeah, he hits you.
Shit.
Bear with me. He's got a... Oh, that does just barely hit. A flanged mace. So he hits you for 8 damage. On your track...
My damage threshold is 8 currently.
Yeah, and you're at the bottom of your track, aren't you, Blort?
I certainly am.
So does that put you into slain?
Well, I have +3 to my damage threshold when I'm grievously wounded. My damage threshold.
Oh, you get tougher as you get hit.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Okay.
am I using my 23 damage threshold or my 5?
You're using your 5
Okay.
because it steps
So
up. Like those are essentially your hit points, right?
Okay, so then it's plus, I guess it would be 8 damage threshold. So if he does 8 damage, then yes, I have been slain.
So he turns around, he takes his flange mace, and he just like rakes it across your face. And you truly look like ground beef now. You're just a bloody mess on the ground. Now you do have not a fortune, the other one, the one that saves your life.
Oh, that fate point.
A fate point. You could cash that in and just like spit blood aside and get up.
I want to spit blood in his eyes, hit once more with my hammer, and then get killed because there's no fucking snowball's chance in hell that I survive this.
You use your fate. You get up. Go ahead. Make me a roll. Oh.
Nah. I'm
80
done
again.
for.
An 80 again. So he just turns around.
Blort has been happy to be a member of your party, and he, I think, is signing off. You all do what you need.
He hits you for 5 points of damage. Is that enough? Or you're just lying there dead, bloodied? He'll keep beating on you. Or you're gonna say, but you could take another crack at him. Does 5 kill you?
My damage threshold is 8, motherfucker. I'm coming back.
Okay, take a swing. Take a swing. We'll wrap this up with the death of Blort. The attack. Oh, it's a hit. 9 damage. Holy shit. You rolled a
giant bastard. I can't be killed.
You rolled a 6 on your fury. Roll another d6.
Oh!
Roll again. Roll again. What? Oh my god.
No man can kill me.
17 points of damage. My god. Oh, he's in really rough shape. You knock him down to the ground.
I shout to my party, brothers, join me. I am soon to be killed. We must defeat the large orc.
You guys, what do you? So the battle is letting up all around you. There's actually a crowd of orcs now gathering around Blort and Gwar fighting, and they're cheering on Gwar as he's beating up.
would have continued to fight after Waldo was let through the walls, so he would have been in the thick of it the whole time.
Okay. So you're in the thick of it. The battle is letting up around you. Are you going to just keep fighting these orcs? Even as they start to
if
stand
they're not
down?
pressing anymore, I'm running around trying to help or save who I can. Maybe I see Blort at this point and can go over and help him.
Yeah, you do see Blort in a battle with this orc, this high orcs. What do the rest of you guys want to do? We've kind of had the spotlight here on Blort as he's going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, I apologize. I just wanted Blort's death to be cool. You guys, I'm sorry so much. Taking so much time.
So as she finally calls them off, I'm going to breathe an audible sigh of relief, and I'm going to drop the scalpel I hadn't hidden in my sleeve.
Yes?
I'm glad I don't have to kill you.
Yes, what you say to Mother?
Yes.
So you slip a blade out and you say, I'm glad I don't have to kill you?
Well, she finally saw a reason. Yeah.
There you go. I don't know if you're threatening her or what.
I'm saying thank you, because
Okay.
I wasn't sure I could do it.
All right. So the orcs are making their way outside of the village walls, back towards you and Mother. You're being surrounded by orcs. Oh, we got some bits. Thank you, Seth. Woo. Love it. Yeah, the battle wages on between Gwar and Blort. What about you, Kozel? What do you want to do?
After I pointed Blort in the direction and saw the fight going not in his favor, like, I think I would just try to like slink back into the shadows and
Sure.
like,
That sounds
hey
like
man,
Kozel.
maybe I can put the pieces together like afterwards, man.
And he just kind of takes some more of his medicine.
Yeah, man. Like, this shit's intense, man. It's just like camping.
I want to see Blort's like last moments, like Kozel's just holding him on a battlefield surrounded by blood and guts and spit and ass. And
Okay.
he just feed me like a quarter ounce of mushrooms and I just die happy.
So he did hit you again. I did roll that, and he hit you for 6 damage, which still doesn't kill you. Right?
Because I can't fucking be killed.
And now Sandow has stepped up with a big two-handed sword. We'll say a Zweihander. He is carrying his Zweihander.
Oh, snap. Shit got meta.
Is what was hanging above the door in Horst's Bar. The Cowardly Orcs, which was the name of the tavern. Was it not? So you're just gonna get in there and try to break this up?
I've been battling the whole time. So if I see
Yeah.
my friend down, I'll try and get in there.
Go ahead and make me a roll.
All right. So what is that? Martial melee standard.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll that, and we'll use that as your success.
Hey,
Yeah,
success.
that's a hit. Roll me a d6 and add on your damage bonus.
Let's see, where is your damage bonus?
It is combat.
Weapon bonus, WB.
Combat. So that'd be your
Oh, four. Okay,
4.
I got it.
D6 plus 4.
6 points.
6 points of damage. This guy. Does that hurt him? I haven't been looking at the weapon qualities as well because that makes a difference. This is kind of just an impromptu battle. You have punishing. Oh, roll me another d6.
Sandow, if you save Blort, he will kiss your character on the mouth.
8 damage. Okay, he goes down another notch on the track, and we're gonna roll for some injuries. He's fine. And he turns to you now. And so he turns to you, Sandow. Blort, you get to now take a shot at him. It's back to you. It's back to your turn.
I'm about to fucking end this man's whole career.
So because he's got his back turned to you, I'll give you a plus 10. Woo!
What the fuck is up?
So 5 damage. And I'm sorry, what weapon are you using? You're using a splitting maul?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the quality. Slow and weak.
Oh, it's a total piece of shit.
Okay. No, that's all good. 5 damage. He seems to shrug it off.
Damn it, dude. Neither of us can die. We are
Oh,
trapped in an eternal battle
what-
until the fucking stars consume the planets.
1 to 2 is Blort. 3 to 4 is Sandow. All right, he's going to try and hit Sandow.
Sandow, I'm sorry for roping you into this.
Called the fury of a high orc.
I just want you to know that this whole time, Sandow, I served
He
you
missed.
faithfully. I loved you with all my heart.
He missed you. All right, so go ahead and take another swing at him, Sandow.
Do it for me, brother.
Oh, whiff.
Oh, damn it.
All right, Blort, finish him off. Come on, man.
This will be the end of his days, and I do it in the name of the greatest love I've ever known, Bert Isla, a.k.a. Sandow the Ogre.
That's it. 4 damage. Oh.
This son of a bitch.
Yeah, he takes it. He's gonna swing at you again, Sandow. He hits.
Every time that this guy swings and it's at Sandow, I am confessing my deep, true love for Sandow.
He does 6 damage to you, Sandow. Does that do anything?
I don't know because I've got a really high damage threshold because I got that +2 from the gut plate. So what is it based on?
No, it doesn't hurt you at all. You just absorb it. You eat it. All right, Sandow, it's your attack. Are you gonna finish this thing off? This high orcs.
Yeah, hey, look at that.
All right, D6 plus 4. That was epic when he rolled like 3 sixes.
9.
How do you kill him? How do you kill Guar?
Oh, he takes his head off. Just whoosh.
All right.
I immediately begin singing the praises of Sandow's name.
So with that, Guar's head is taken off. The village of Vorburg is in flames. Its streets are running with blood. There are dead everywhere. But you have successfully called off the orc attack as they make their way back into the woods. Waldo, they walk past you, make their way, disappear out of your lives forever. Kozel, you're kind of in the corner, in the fetal position, taking some medicine. You're okay. Things start to die down. Blort is a bloodied, blinded mess lying in the streets of Vorburg, and Sandow is holding out a helping hand to help you up.
I just pick him up. Take him somewhere to be treated.
You grab my hand to pick me up, and I just fucking let go and fall down.
And that is the end of A Bitter Harvest.
I just want it to be known that I'm actually the one that saved the town. You guys didn't do jack.
Waldo did use his silver tongue. To
Fucking
call.
double successes on the charm. You actually like succeeded in making everything okay.
I saved you all.
Waldo did. Waldo's the unsung hero because you guys are not aware that he is the one that called off until he comes back and tells you all, and you're like, okay, yeah, sure, Waldo. You were just hiding.
Oh, that gets immortalized in song.
Right now, you're just wondering where is Waldo.
You are the heroes of Vorburg. Tales
Hero.
will be spread of your deeds. And that is Zweihander. Thank you guys for playing. It was a lot of fun.
This game kicks total ass. Thank you so much for running it for us. You all were such a wonderful party, and you especially, Matt, were a great DM. Thank you.
You are an awesome DM.
Thanks, guys. I love this game, and I had a lot of fun running it for you. And you guys had a lot of fans as we were running this. We got a lot of love for the crew.
Hashtag Blort for President 2020. Hit me up on Twitter.
Blort for President.
Running as an independent.
Now, normally we do a breakdown of the system and all that, but we're running over, so we can maybe do that in a future session where we kind of talk.
Yeah, I say next week on Thursday, join us to break down the Zweihander game and for a brief intro to the next game, which I think is Delta Green or 4th edition D&D.
Delta Green.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so fucking amped for Delta Green, and I'm so mad that I missed out making on character because I bought a shitload of mushrooms.
This really happened. Well, yeah, Bert's going to be running Delta Green on Saturdays. It'll be next week. Saturday will be our first session. Is that correct? We're doing it every other week, so it'll be the first. Will be our first real session. We did a session 0 last week, and did character creation and kind of got our characters together. So tune in for the next chapter of Notorious DMG where we play Delta Green. I'll be in the player's seat. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, we got some Delta Green cheer points. And then after that, we're gonna Chuck's gonna run some 4E for the rest of us, which is gonna be exciting because I don't think many of us played 4E, myself included.
Only one time for me.
After that, I will definitely be ready to run Lancer. I am been absolutely goddamn enamored with it for like 2 months now, and I can't think about anything beside big robots fighting.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. I'm looking forward to Lancer a lot.
At some point after that, I'll also be down to run some DCC for you guys too.
Woo, I like that also.
You think after DCC, you guys just want to do like 5 games of like super duper normal 5th edition, like very standard adventures?
We'll just go to missionary D&D for a while. That's it.
Like after that, we'll do Storm King's Thunder and fucking Princes of the Apocalypse, maybe.
Oh, Saltmarsh, man. Just came out.
Saltmarsh.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to do Waterdeep so bad.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank you so much. You've been awesome players, awesome characters, and thank you to the viewers and everybody who's joined the journey while we've run this. There's been quite a lot of subscribers that have come onto my channel since then, and like I said, a lot of love for you guys, for the players and your characters. So thank you so much, and looking forward to Delta Green.
Much, Matt, for having an awesome channel, and thank you to all of the other members of the party for putting up with how shitty my internet is.
It's all good. Hey, it didn't cut out tonight. Tonight was the night that counted, the big finale.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Have
guys.
a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, guys.